How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video we're going to be debuting 5 brand new finest players and the great Bambino. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I have completed 12 of the Season 5 Team Affinities, so we do have 12 finest players plus a couple of the Choice Pack guys. I thought about using Walker Buehler during this gameplay, but I just thought to myself, let's go ahead and pick up Corbin Burnes. I've already faced Walker Buehler, so I want to try this Corbin Burnes out. So he is going to be starting. We also swapped Willie Mays and Ketel Marte in the batting lineup. Those are the only changes to the squad and the screenshots that you saw earlier. But we are facing Walker Buehler once again, and this opponent has a pretty good record. He's 149 and 69. Definitely a lot of games played, over 200, and then you can see my record off to the left there. A lot of disconnects, a lot of blue screen error messages, but we were able to make a World Series several times since getting a PS5. So I want to try some of these finest cards out. We lead off the game with the ground ball from the great Bambino, 99 Babe Ruth, who I purchased for about 400,000 stubs. I don't care if he goes down. He'll probably be my best hitter. But here we have a 3-2 count. Pablo Sanchez is going deep in the very first inning. Sinker right over the middle of the plate, just really low in the zone. We wait back on it, later side of good, and hit a no-doubter. I can tell right away that the elevation for this created stadium is maxed out just by the way the ball is flying off the bat. Anyway, Juan Soto in his first at-bat, ripping a double down the line. I was able to go to the opposite field with that sinker up and away. Definitely a solid pitch from the opponent. I was looking for that up and away hard fastball or off-speed low and away. He had gone to that a couple times so far in that first inning. But we have Corbin Burnes on the mound trying to get the confidence up. It's important that I don't get hit around early on in the game with this card because of his pitching clutch. I feel like if he gives up a few runs early on, then it will be difficult to increase the confidence, because if you have guys on base, he's not going to pitch as great because of that 72 clutch attribute. I'm kind of surprised that the Player of the Month Corbin Burnes that was released in like April has a higher clutch attribute than the finest that we got at the very end of the year. So that's kind of interesting. But here we have Babe Ruth in his second at-bat, ripping a perfect line drive up the middle, slider low and away. Talked about that earlier on in this game. The opponent had been going to the off-speed, low and away to both lefties and righties with this Walker Buehler. That slider is absolutely disgusting. Probably the best pitch that Walker Buehler throws. But here in the bottom of the third, 2 outs, we're going with the sinker inside. Corbin Burnes does have outlier on the sinker, but the opponent is able to pull that baseball inside off the plate. He rips it out for a home run, and now you have Pablo Sanchez to lead off the next inning. He's going deep. So that is 2 home runs for Pablo Sanchez in 2 at-bats. Not a no-doubter, not a second no-doubter, but off the top of the scoreboard, that's going to bring up Ketel Marte, and Ketel Marte is ripping a no-doubt home run. His no-doubt animation is really good. He has a 2-handed swing when he hits a no-doubter, but everything else is a one-handed swing, very similar to Francisco Lindor. So if you like Francisco Lindor, that Ketel Marte plays very similar. He just has the first pitch hitter quirk to go along with it. Those active live series quirks are very important. But here you have the Sultan of SWAT stepping into the box and hitting a perfect home run. This ball's absolutely destroyed. Into the beach area, over the scoreboard, past Aloha Joe's right there, 481 feet. I'm going to go ahead and replay this one just because I want to see Babe Ruth's no doubt home run animation. It's been a little bit since I've used a Babe Ruth card. I really liked the 42 card series player that we had released earlier into the game. I thought he was my best hitter early on in the game cycle. Babe Ruth, that 89 overall version, was incredible. Actually, it might have been an 88, but anyway, this opponent's not going down without a fight. We only have a 3-run lead. He starts the next inning off with a base hit. I left that cutter too much over the inside part of the plate. He hits a home run with Jimmy Fox, and Willie Mays is responding with one of his own. I feel like Willie Mays has hit a home run in almost every game I've used him, except for the game that he was making his debut. I don't think I hit a home run that time around, but another perfect ground ball hard, one bouncer from Lou Gehrig, and that's going to be a double play. Unfortunate. I would have liked to get this result right here. Babe Ruth picking up his 3rd base hit of this ball game. Another perfect, his third perfect of the video. And that's why I have him in the leadoff spot. If you're wondering to yourself, why is this dude batting Babe Ruth, who has 64 speed, in his leadoff spot in his lineup? It's because I want him to get the most at bats. And look at 64 speed. He's running around the bases over there, trying to get into a pickle. Babe Ruth making something happen. Kind of cheesed the opponent there from a run, but I honestly thought I was going to be able to make it from first to home there. This opponent had some pretty strong arms in the outfield. He's got Eddie Rosario playing left, Mookie Betts in center, and Juan Soto in right. Not the best outfield in terms of defense, but definitely solid enough. And this park, you can tell the ball's just flying out. 7-3 ball game. I felt like I was on the baseball a little bit more in this game so far. Only put up 2 runs in my last one. So I'm good with this so far. 7 runs, and a few of these finest players have done pretty well in their debut game. Here we're facing Eddie Rosario, Corbin Burns making a play, PFPs, throw it over to first base. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, 73 pitches in, and I'm honestly thinking about taking him out. I've had a guy warming up since about the 4th or 5th inning, and the reason for that is just because of how quickly this game can turn. As you can see, this opponent has a guy on base. The pitching clutch attribute could be activated this late in the ball game with 2 outs, even if the runner's on first. So those are things I'm trying to keep in mind. If the opponent is able to cut this lead in half, then I'm going to go right to Raisel Iglesias. I want to try that card out. I know he's very deceptive. We're just trying to get through this 8th inning here, and then we'll bring him in to close this one out if we still have the lead. I was thinking about Emmanuel Clase, but I'd rather use, I think, Iglesias during this gameplay just because I'm using a guy right now with an outlier pitch. I want to mix up the speed differential, but we got to get through the 8th inning first here. This opponent has been able to, get guys on base. He's only left a few runners on because when he's gotten them on, he's been able to score or hit a home run right away. He had that home run from Mookie Betts, and then he got that base hit a home run with Jimmy Fox. Only has 2 guys left on base with 7 hits. So we're looking to try and get out of this inning. This is the biggest point in the game. We get a tapper to Pablo Sanchez, the creative player playing catcher. Just so much value there from Pablo Sanchez at the catcher position, because I could use Adley Rutschman, sure, but Pablo Sanchez has 95 speed, and he has almost better attributes in every category except for vision and clutch. In that last inning, Fernando Tatis got thrown out at second. I thought that was pretty surprising. He hit a laser beam down the left field line. That was also a contact swing. I thought about just contact swinging there. Felt like with 125 power, you can still get rewarded with a home run. But we're looking to close this game out. Raisel Iglesias throwing his 8th pitch, and that's going to be a pop fly to the great Bambino to close this one out. We win 7-4, and this was the opponent's World Series game. He was at 894. He might have already made World Series this season, but we move up to 868. I don't know when this current ranked seasons comes to an end, but I'm trying to make World Series. I've only had time to play a couple games recently. That's going to do it for this video. I'm College Lefty. Hopefully you enjoyed, and peace out.